Despite not playing Genshin Impact or Honkai Star Rail at all, I have been surrounded by RPG and gacha players. My sister plays Genshin, I moved into a house of miHoYo creators, and I just can't seem to escape the sound of my roommates screaming whenever they pull a 5-star.
I think Edge just won like a 50-50 or something. I don't know why he's screaming. I hear it from down here.
If I get wolfed, it's over, dude. How has this happened?
However, when I stumbled across a clip named "When Animators Get Paid Well," curiosity got the better of me. And since HoYoverse reached out to me themselves to sponsor this video, I thought I would give Zenless Zone Zero a try with no gacha experience. My goal for this video is simple. I have to leave 𝐂𝐳𝐳 an honest review. But in order to keep it fair, I'm setting some rules to follow. Number 1, I can't quit until I get a 5-star. People play gacha games so that they can ogle at these beautiful characters, and I need to experience that high of pulling a legendary.
No way! No way!
Number 2, I have to play this game in challenge mode. As they say, it's perfect for a hardcore player, so hopefully it's not too hard.
Challenge and story. I'm always challenge.
And number 3, I have to go into this naked. That means no guides, no YouTube videos to help me, and no asking my elite gacha friends for help. What did you think I meant? You guys should also download this game and try it without using a guide. Link down below. And with that, I was ready to launch myself into the game. To start off, you are thrust into a scene that looks straight out of a high-budget anime, with its bouncy and colorful animations. We get to choose between our protagonists, 𝐈𝐧𝐼 and Belle. Naturally, I chose Belle. The siblings seem to be engrossed by a television scene of 3 fugitives named the Cutting Hairs, completing some sort of heist from a gang. I found it an interesting storytelling choice here to go between animated cutscenes into 2D manga panels, yet it was very engaging. I appreciated the voice acting as well, where each voice complemented their character and was pretty distinct.
I don't give a mother.
Damn, I knew it wouldn't be that easy.
There's a window! Boss, we can get out this way!
Shout out Billy Kid. The Cutting Hairs heist gets interrupted by the government, who's after the gang, and just like real life, the government launches a ballistic missile on the building and we're left free-falling straight into a hollow.
Wait, cinematic.
𝐂𝐳𝐳 takes place in a post-apocalyptic world where these monsters spawn in dimensional cracks called hollows. I'm not going to dive too hard into the lore, but seeing how my dumbass could digest the story so far, they did a pretty good job.
This is like a 5-star Nosu.
We dive straight into the tutorial where we're able to control Ambi of the Cutting Hairs to fight through the monsters. The game had already made a strong first impression on me with its art, yet they still managed to beat my expectations with its flashy combat. The mechanics of the combat were pretty easy and it felt like a hack and slash. You get rewarded with combo attacks for dodging or parrying, and you usually can do so with an enemy visual and audio cue. But for the most part, you're just spamming left click. A couple more combats and we make it through the tutorial into the main story. What I liked about the game so far is that you aren't really forced to save the world or anything right away, and things are kept relatively simple. Monster, bad. Me, proxy. A guide for hollow raiders like the Cutting Hairs. We do our job, we get money. It's pretty simple. Knowing that this damn city didn't need my urgent help or anything, it gave me some time to chill and look at all the unlockable agents. And I gotta say, no glaze, these HoYo guys just don't stop cooking. Every single character has these animations that you can go through whenever you cycle their skills and equipment. And every single character has these animations that you can go through whenever you cycle their skills and equipment. Wait, what? The characters of this game all had pretty cool designs, to say the least.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Yeah! I was ready to get into the gacha section of the game, and since 𝐂𝐳𝐳 just launched, there was a limited time event to get free pulls. These guys animate everything, so they even did it for their advertisement. If you'll remember earlier, one of my rules was that I could not quit if I didn't pull a S-class character, or 5-star. I was really hoping to get Alexandrina because it would just be so awesome sauce, but I also didn't mind some of the other agents. Here's how that went.
Oh shit! We hit!
Master's wish is
No! No!
Okay, this guy's aight. I mean, he's not that bad. Okay, he's pretty sick. Getting Von Lekatron made me do a ton of damage, and as a bonus, I no longer had to worry about being unable to quit the game. But it wasn't time to stop playing just yet, because while I was busy progressing, I started to unravel a bunch of things I noticed that this game lacked. One of them was multiplayer. I've always had an itch for an MMORPG like MapleStory since my childhood, but unfortunately ZZZ is mostly a single player game. The only time you can interact with people is if you invite them to play arcade games like Snake. They do have a weekly boss battle where you can co-op with someone at later levels, but still, there is a lot more to be desired. And to be fair, I am a naturally competitive person. Maybe ZZZ wasn't made for me, but I still wish there was more opportunity to do other fun things like explore and look around. I found myself wanting to do more within the map at level 17 to 18. Around this level, you are soft locked from progressing in the main story, and you have to do these little side quests or commissions in order to unlock the main quest. But now I'm in like side quest hell. Some of the quests started to feel a bit repetitive too. Do the TV puzzle for like 5 minutes, combat for like 2 minutes, and then rinse and repeat. So I tried exploring, but I was also limited. I cleaned up the streets a bit to get some extra XP. I ran around the subway to see trains I couldn't take. And I went outside and saw cars I couldn't hijack. For such a pretty game, there isn't much you can do being stuck on the same 3 streets. It gave me a feeling like I couldn't go outside. So I went outside.
That's Nicole. That's Billy Kid from Zenless Zone Zero.
The streets in game just felt pretty cramped. To be fair, you do unlock a larger area around Internaut level 30, but an open world setting or a bigger just like starting home base would have enhanced my experience a lot more. Out of curiosity, I attempted one of the commissions blindfolded. If you'll remember earlier, I picked challenge mode to spice up the game's difficulty, but I haven't had to really sweat in any fight yet, so I decided to put the challenge mode to the test. Starting this commission, I got past the first stage, no problem. Second stage was also a breeze. And when it came to the final mini boss of the stage, I lost a total of like 15% health because I was able to dodge attacks by just listening to the audio. Yeah, I don't think it's good that I can kill this guy without seeing him. And I get it, Hoyo vs audience is mostly casual, but I think I speak for a decent amount of people, even if we are the minority, that a real rewarding hardcore option would be nice. This difficulty thing might seem small in the long run, but it affects the way I think about the game. If you'll remember, one of the rules to this review was to not watch a single video about ZZZ. I always felt that games like this are too guide content heavy, so people end up with these super optimized builds instead of trying things for themselves. However, I didn't actually feel the desire to experiment because the game right now is too easy. Why bother optimizing a build if I can just equip whatever and win? It is for that reason that I didn't bother to want to learn the equipment system, and my W engine inventory is fat as hell. Now, I understand that I'm not in the late game, so everything I just said is probably invalidated because I'm like still a shitter, but I just feel like earlier on, there should be some more depth to fighting that makes it more complicated than just clicking one button and pressing shift. If there were crazy combos that you have to learn, I'm sure it would make it a lot more challenging, thus a lot more fun. Still, I will say, the dedication they have for the game is insane. I had the opportunity to see their drone light show in California, and it was my first time seeing anything like it. So many people showed up. It was clear that there was a growing community behind this game.
Oh shit. Yo, what's good, bro? Shit.
It's because of this that I feel ZZZ has potential. The appeal is very much there with some of the most beautifully animated scenes I've ever seen in a video game. Whether it be in the voice acting,
I've mutated into a monster. Rawr.
art, or even the NPCs talking to themselves, you can feel the passion of the people who worked on this. It just needs that extra layer to it that'll help the game bloom into a full product. Adding an element of exploration might be hard, but honestly, if they added jumping to the game and we could like hop around on buildings, that'd be pretty sick. And the only reason I wanted to explore anyway was because I didn't find much incentive to fight. They either need to add difficulty or multiplayer in order to motivate people to fight. But as of now, I'll give it a 7 out of 10. I'm going to continue to play it because the game appeals to my more casual side, and I want to see my Sigma Wolf prosper. But I do believe that the devs have the capability to make this game whole and great.